What's going on YouTube? This is MT Roadside coming back at you with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about my analytics. I know most people do videos on the roadside part, your tire changes, your jump starts, your fuel delivery, batteries, etc. All that is fine and dandy. But if you're working with these motor clubs, like I said before, if I didn't say it, how do you get your calls? How is your performance? Is you just doing this for quick money, or are you doing this as a career path? So if you're doing this as a career path, I guess you say, well, I guess what I'm trying to say, residential money every week. This is what your analytics is for, how you get your calls volume out. And this to me is only in my opinion on how I do it, it's with the Giro. The rest of the companies have a leeway. If I don't take a call with certain people, they don't penalize me as much as a Giro. If I get a GOA, this and that, and your scores drop. So I will be going over my analytics of what I did. I gave you a video of it maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I can't remember the exact date, but I remember that I showed you my analytics one time about my acceptance rate, and it wasn't that good, but 29% is not good. I understand it. But there's a reason behind the 29%. I still have my U-Haul, my NSD, the Roadside Protect, and all the other motor clubs out there. So I still have to do work. I just can't rely on a Giro just to make my money. A Giro doesn't, I'm not going to say they don't pay me well because I did lower my costs, but a Giro's not the only money that's out there that's going to meet my needs. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. So with that being said, I will put either my analytics here or here. It's going to be somewhere. We're going to go over, as I'm looking at it, I will have it on one of these. So let me go into it. We're going to go first to the summary report. And this is what I look at. I look at it every day, but I think it goes by like a weekly basis as well. So last time I gave you my acceptance rate was at 29 point something percent. Now I'm at 30%, so I went up a point. The reason why, because I was doing more calls than I did before. So the volume of calls, what I did was 254. My earnings for that is 5,733, which is still a pretty good number. I'm usually in the mid 6, low 6, high 6, somewhere around there. If the Giro, not a Giro, but if my U-Haul calls come out, they usually come out the first of the month and then the end of the month. That's when everybody's moving and trying to look for another place. So that's when I do all my calls on that part. And then I have an opportunity growth of 629 calls. That's a lot. If I can do 629 calls extra, then what's the point of me having other motor clubs, right? But if I do 629 calls, that means that I'm working more than what I need to, instead of taking my U-Hauls and all that, which pays more as well, which I'm not complaining, but you work smart, not hard. And that's the situation. My acceptance opportunity is 573. So not only I have growth of 600, but I still have 573 calls that I need to take that I'm not taking. So if you add that together, that's about 1,200 calls. And I'm only a one-man crew, so 1,200 calls. I have to work every day just to get that. Or just do my 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. shift and just work hard and not take a lunch and not eat and just fall out. That ain't gonna happen. So I still got opportunity growth, but going back to that 30%, this is why I'm at a 30%, not because I can't do the work, but I'm making sure, not cherry picking, but I got a family to feed. So I have to make my best decision on what calls I need to take. And if it's an Giro call, I'm going to take it. If it's going that way, I'm going to take it. Now, we're talking about your calls that you're getting almost $200 a call, and it may be going the opposite way. It's worth it. it's definitely worth it to go back the opposite way to get that money. So it's the best business decision you have to make. Sometimes it can bite you, sometimes it can be the best thing, but that's the decision you have to make on your own if you want it. So, and then going down below, my completion rate is 94.8. So that means that almost 100% of my calls, I'm getting there on time. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm not delayed. So my everything is up to par with them at 94, which that's a very good number on a completion rate. So 94, close to 95% out of the 100, that's very good on what I'm doing. And my NPS score, which that plays a part, both of these plays a part in your call, is at 97%, which I'm not thrilled about that number. In the last video that I talked about this briefly, this here goes to the customer. And when you have a survey, you make sure that you do everything right, but at the same time, man, you're helping somebody that can't even help themselves. And for you to get I don't even care if you get a 9. To me, that's still bad, because you went out your way to help somebody, and to give you a 9, and one, they didn't have no tools. If they did have tools, they don't even know how to do it, or can't even unlock their door, can't even put a jack up on it. If they do put a jack, they put it in the wrong spot. So they call roadside assistance, but come on, man. I can care less if you the bottom of the barrel on roadside. You don't deserve a 9 if you go out there and be on time, and you do this work in the hot sun late at night or in the pouring rain, and somebody just give you a 9. It's not fair. So I'm not proud of that number of a 97, but this is in the customer's hands. And that's why I say it's important that you take pride in your work, because if you don't, this 97 can be an easily 89 or 70 if I don't ask customers to do that survey or tell them, be direct to give me a 10. So I take pride in my work, but you still have 10% of those people that just can't give you a 10. They just find that little picky niche. Let me see. I'm just going to give him a 9. He did everything right. It's a 9. Those are the people who probably never work on tips, don't know what it's like to be in a situation where you have to do survey and stuff like that. They don't know what it's like, from my opinion, to have that pressure on you to get your calls and stuff. So I believe that's why they do it, because they never experienced that or never had that work field in that situation to give you that. And speaking of that, like I say, by getting 10, I just did a Jira call. I don't know if you can see, but I just got a 10 on that. I got a lot of glare. I just got a 10 on that because I asked. And it's important to get that NPS score up, because that's where your call volume is going to go. Just don't do roadside. No, I'm going to take that back, because some people do roadside just for a gig. Some people do roadside for a career. So I'm speaking to the ones who do it for the career. Or if you're doing it for the gig and you want to make a career out of it, you want to get these motor club, just do it because it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's your passion. When it's your passion, you do everything what it takes. So that's how you have to do it. Like, there is nothing in your way. This is what you want to do every day. You understand the concept, what you have to do. You're not going to take no for an answer. So get in that career mode. So the key selection metrics that that's next what I'm talking to you about. As you can see that my completion, my NP, and my add-ons, I'm going to talk to you about that too. Those 3 are the most important things with a Jira of how you're going to get your calls out. If you want to see another day with good calls, your completion rate needs to be, I'm in Florida. I don't know what it's like in other states and other cities. I'm in Palm Beach County. So the way how I look at Palm Beach County, my completion rate needs to be above a 92. The reason why I say above a 92, because Florida saturated with service provider like roaches. Everywhere you go, you see one. You just can't get rid of them. So like, yeah, we're roaches down here. And a lot. So you have a lot more competition on what you're doing, in states that, that much. But yeah, Florida's saturated. And I think I told you this before that Florida's taking any more Agero providers. I don't know if that changed, but I got that from an insider that told me about it, that they don't take anymore because, yeah, we're like roaches down here, man. Everywhere you go, they're just walking around. So we don't even take none down here anymore. Well, Agero don't. Your score, which that's the 97 I was talking about. You want to get no lower than a 96. And the reason why I say that, because you can be at a 95 on your completion rate and then like be a 95 or a 96 at your 95 on your NPS. And then you notice one day, like, you getting all these calls, but then your numbers change to a 94 or 95. Now you looking like, where calls when you just started getting like one here, then one call there. Then maybe 2 hours later, 2 calls here. 2 hours later, 1 call there. That's because you're drop, meaning that customers don't really see you as a good standard person to get the job right. And that's why I say don't lead this to make a customer decision. You make the decision, be direct to get your score at a 10. So I like to be at a 99 or 100 on that part, which you can see I'm 1 point off because I did get an 8 from someone. That was in PGA. I there 10 minutes, did his jump start, got him off, even though people offered to help him, couldn't even do it. I jumped him off, told me everything was great. Listen what I just said. Told me everything was great. As soon as I pulled off, I got the server. I actually told him. He gives me an 8. And those are the type of people, like I say, in my opinion, they just give you a number because they think you're a number. And this is my insurance, and I can give you what I want to give, what I think I can give you. Our job, this is our livelihood. I'm not going to your job. I wouldn't dare do that to anybody who's on surveys and penalize them. I am, because I work in this type of field. So, and yeah, you will be like at 98, 99, or 100 on your NPS. Your add-ons is a situation where, let's say, if you're on a highway, you're allowed to get extra money if you're on a highway, if you don't know that. So now I'm telling you, you have to go and chat and for a highway hazard. Sometimes they give you 50, sometimes they give you 25, sometimes they give you 20. It's to them. In my honest opinion, take what they give you. Don't be mad. Swallow your pride if you can't get the 50. It's money, it's an extra call, and it's going in your bank. Otherwise, you make on that call, if you never did have that, let's just say you're making 25. If you never called in, you're at 25 anyway. You didn't even know about it, so why are you getting mad? So if they give you 20, that's $45. What you didn't even know about, you was only making 20 before. So think about all the highway calls that you was doing. Now that you started doing that, they're adding up to 45. So if you're doing like 3 or 4 of those a day, it's out for itself. It's money. Well, necessarily not free money, but a job that's on a busy highway. So yeah, you to make something, and it's better than nothing. Also, do get luxury fee is an add-on. Luxury handling fee is like all exotic cars, like the Porsche. I wouldn't put Maserati on there. I think Maserati is a normal car to me. Most people think that is a high-end car, but I don't think so personally. But you can try it. Like Porsche, where you have to put the fuse, like a step battery jumps, where you have to plug it up from the inside to pop up the bonnet. That's one. Any high-end cars, Bentleys, like Ferrari, that you need to do work on, those add-ons too. I get $20 extra to it. It's fine with me. It's extra money. I don't complain. Also, add-ons with your jump starts. If you never did add-ons with your jump start, make sure you do that. Nothing is free. get paid for your work. Just not because the customer asks you to do a jump start. You can do it, but just make sure that they're covered for it. If they're not covered for it, to charge, get, for $10 or $20 or something. In this world, there's nothing going low in this world. Everything is moving up. Yeah, make sure you get something for it. And the last thing is my job. So the job insight includes all my calls for the month. Last time I talked to you about it, I was at 922 calls, I believe. Now I'm at 821. The reason because that I dropped my hours down. So I had a feeling that it was going to drop my calls, which it only dropped down 100. I'm only one guy. How many calls can I do? I usually do about 4, maybe 5 for the month. Keep in mind that I still have other motor clubs and stuff like that I have to do. So 800 is still a good number. If I had even 400 for the month or 600, I'm grateful, because I still have to do my other work to make sure I get paid and meet my ends meets, I have to pay my bills for. So 800 is still a good number. If you don't have your scores up, it's not too late to get them up. All it takes is for Giro that you need 10 a day to get your spot moving up. That's all it takes. So if you start if you start telling people about the survey, telling them to give you a 10, you be direct, look them in the eye, be polite about it, your job right anyway. They're smiling, they're saying thank you. You deserve it. So why not get it? You know what I mean? It's in your hands. The ball is in your court. If you don't ask, you don't tell, it's on you. If you get that 8, that's on you because you didn't put that. No, I take that back because it can be on the customer too. You don't tell them, have a clear advantage over you to give you an 8 or a 9 instead of that 10. But also, if you don't have any calls, don't take a minute or two. While you're doing that tire change, go ahead and sign it off because they're going to get that email, that text message like in a minute. And once you just got a text message on your phone about a survey. What I do sometimes, I ask them, can I see their phone? I'm going to show you what the survey is about. Let them know. Half of them don't even know. Just do it for them sometimes. It's wrong. You just let them know. You ask them, do I deserve a 10? They times out of 10, they're going to say yeah because put them on the spot. So, yeah, just can do that too. Ways and methods how you can get this 10. So it's not a hard thing to do. The hardest thing is not asking. That's it. The worst thing they can say is no. But 9 times out of 10, they're not going to say it. But that concludes this message, my analytics. On weekends, like I told you guys before, I'm really not that busy. I do get off at 3. So I work a 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. shift. I be on with U-Haul and all the other motor clubs urgently and all that. Just a Giro I need to take a break of because if you get too many GOAs, it plays a part. And the GOAs plays a part in your completion rate and all that. And that's one of the reasons why I'm at a 94. I've had like 3 GOAs on Thursday, which wasn't even my fault. But they send calls out, sometimes you have no control over that you can't even do. But if you guys don't have your analytics up with a Giro, if you guys are looking to get a Giro in other states, man, just keep in mind that they have a major role in analytics. They do not play about their analytics. You do not get calls if you have a bad score. So, yeah, get call volumes up. If you don't have it up now, it's never too late to start doing what you need to do. Just make sure it's your passion and what you want to do. If it's a gig work, then hey, you don't really need to care about it. You just want to make quick money. I understand that, and there's nothing wrong with that. But you career-minded people, man, you guys do this every day for a living. You have fun with it. More calls, that's the way to get it done. And you can take that with every motor club. But if you just have one, my opinion only, if you just have one motor club that's sending you all your calls majority of the time, all the rest of the motor clubs can work around it. That means that you're eating every day. So you're it's gone, because every day when you wake up, your phone is going to ring. So you won't have anything to worry about. So this is MT Roadside, just giving you my point of view, knowledge of how I take my calls and my analytics. And hopefully you guys got out of this. And everybody have a good day if you're doing the roadside. And appreciate the followers who follow me. And those who haven't subscribed looking at this video right now, please hit that thumbs up, subscribe, comment if I missed anything about my analytics. Yeah. Being said, stay tuned for the next video. Thank you.